I still do not get it why we are doing the Duke 390 again, because we have already done a detailed review of this bike in a different color. Do you expect me to do it again in this different color, the white one? क्या कर रहे हैं? रोड टेस्ट. तो पिछले वाले में क्या किया था? फाइन, जैसा डायरेक्टर साहब कह रहे हैं, we are going to do a road test of this Duke 390 BS6. And special thanks to KTM Sai Service Wakadewadi for providing us this bike for this review. If you are looking for good deals in Pune, check out their dealership. And don't worry, because they are keeping your safety in mind and following all the guidelines issued by the government. So before I start this corner rocket and just go boom out of here, let me remind you to click the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and follow us on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We are there. Yes, you are right, we are there. Anyways, I won't take much of your time because we have already done a detailed review of the Duke 390 BS6 and the link will be over here. So if you are looking for technical specs and all that stuff, it will be over here. And if you are looking for a real road test, let's go. Duke 390 is a beauty with a devil trapped inside. The bodywork and finish looks absolutely premium and it is well equipped. For starters, there are LED headlights, Metzeler tires and this beautiful design. In main course, it serves the 373cc engine churning 43 brake horsepower with 37 Newton meters of torque, which will definitely make your heart pound. And the list goes on with quick shifter plus, dual channel switchable ABS and slipper clutch. Need not worry, because this package covers the desert as well, with KTM's TFT, which will give all the controls in your hand, and it does get smartphone connectivity. But with all that comes a price tag of 2.5 lakhs, which many of us will feel is slightly high, and certainly there will be people out there who are not looking for that much power. What if I wanted a bike with similar performance figures but slightly low in budget?
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's droppin'. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not.
And here I am with the Domina 400. It is manufactured under the same roof as Duke 390. Slightly less in power, but great in comfort. We have already done a detailed ride review of the Domina 400 BS6. If you haven't watched it, go and click on this link. And if you are here for the road test, then hang on, because the game is about to begin. Well, Dominar is a package you can't ignore. It might not have those fancy features like color TFT, smartphone connectivity or quick shifter, but what it has is more practical and usable. It gets a powerful LED headlight, slipper clutch and a 373cc engine. The best part is the power delivery is very linear and progressive, giving you a pleasure of cruising, and that's what we need from a sports tourer.
The Duke 390 shines in its naked sports genre. It comes alive at 3000 RPM, and after that, it is hungry for your throttle inputs. Once you pull, it is hard to stop. It is a power-packed machine, and that adrenaline rush keeps it going. The motor revs quickly to the red line at 10,500 RPM, and this improved throttle response is due to ride-by-wire technology.
On Dominar, the things are calm and easy. It shares almost similar performance figures with the Duke 390. With 40 bhp and 35 Nm of torque, the bike still progresses linearly with ease. There are no sudden spikes of power and it is all gradual. You might feel it is slow, but it is not. The Dominar is capable of doing almost equivalent top speeds, but the overall refinement and nature is calm. Definitely, ride-by-wire will bring in better response time, but it will also increase the cost, which no one of us want, as the Dominar is a value for money bike.
Raj might have a point over here, but take it in this sense. After spending just 60,000 more, you have all the electronics that you want and the raw punch of KTM. I just love the way this motor revs, and it does 0 to 60 in no time, and 0 to 100 just comes up so easily, all thanks to the best in class power to weight ratio. Despite of having a 370cc engine, the bike is light and easy to flick with minimum efforts.
Dominar has no concerns on weight. Yeah, it is slightly heavy than the 390, but it performs very well in all terrains. And looking back at its legacy, it has proved its value with flying colors. So, we Dominar lovers will always say, Hathi mat palo.
ठीक है. And I think both of us will agree to few things that are common in both the bikes, like the slick 6-speed gearbox, a good light slipper clutch, and then obviously the powerful braking system, which can bring these 400cc monster to a standstill in no time. The dual channel ABS works flawlessly, coupled with a 320mm rotor in the front and a 230mm in the rear, and it never intrudes unnecessarily. Although the Duke 390 gets super moto mode as well.
Right, I totally agree, they both shine in it. And the part where you slowly mentioned about the switchable ABS, well, for a sports tourer, it is not really needed because the safety should be on at all times. I would like to add, the suspension in Dominar are tuned very well and they create a balance of comfort and sports. At high speeds, the bike is all glued to the road, but at low speeds, it is forgiving, saving your bum from bumps. When added with seat comfort, it is just a blessing to take on long tours.
Duke 390 shows no mercy. The suspensions are what gives it the title of cornering rocket. With these stiff suspension setup, you can go fast into the corners and super fast on straight stretches. And don't forget, I have the Metzeler's on. Just saying. By the way, leave the suspension aside, both of the bikes lack ground clearance and none of us could dare to take it off-roads.
Exactly, I would prefer sticking to the roads. Oh, and did you say about Metzeler's? Cause I heard you say in the Duke 390 review that these days 390 is offered with MRF revs, bringing both the bikes on the same page. I just have one question for you. How many times did your radiator fan turned on?
I know where you are going with this. Well, I am not keeping a count, but roughly 20 to 25 times. And before you say anything, I should tell you that this is bound to happen because it has single cylinder plus the power delivery is insane, which means it revs fast and heats up fast. But the cooling system manages to keep the temperature in control. And I didn't encounter any heat issue as such. But yeah, I will agree it would be great to get 390 Adventure's cooling system in this as well.
Well, you never asked, but I'll still tell. My radiator fan turned on for 3 to 4 times, and hence we have a clear winner here, the Dominar 400.
Hey, no winners, huh? But yeah, I can say that the Dominar is value for money and Duke is all power and electronics. So that concludes our road test. If you are looking for a wild maniac bike, then the Duke 390 is for you.
And if you're looking for a peacemaker, then Dominar 400 is one for you.
So it is your choice. 2.6 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi
Or 2 lakh ex-showroom Delhi.
Well, it is in your hand. On that note, it's time to end.
Thank you for watching this video. And if you did like this video, then give a big fat thumbs up.
And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Follow us there. We are by the same name, that is Rev Explorers.
Until next time, be safe, stay safe and ride safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.